The dollar surged and the Bitcoin hit a record high on Wednesday as traders bet on a Donald Trump victory in the US presidential election. The dollar climbed 1.5% against the yen, over 1% against the euro and more than 3% against the Mexican peso. Commodities including oil, metals and grains fell as a stronger dollar took hold, with markets pricing in the potential impact of a Trump win, including fresh tax cuts, tariffs and rising inflation. Meanwhile, Bitcoin soared past the $75,000 mark, setting a new record. Anil Thomas now joins us for more on the stock markets. Anil, the Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange has surged well over 800 points so far today. How far is this related to Trump's victory, and also what does it mean for the global stock markets in the days ahead?
Well, the US markets in particular, NASDAQ or for that matter Dow Jones, generally don't reflect anything with regards to the elections. If you look at the last 6 elections or counting day, the market has ended in green on all the 6 days. So that clearly is an indicative, but the early mood was very much upbeat. You saw a 1% jump in Dow Jones, NASDAQ, all the three stock indices that US markets that are there in the US markets, and that clearly was an indicative of how this particular election could go. One way it could be that Kamala Harris is on the way to regaining power. The second half or the mid part of the US stock markets really did see a huge tumble, but then the bounce back was even stronger, and that clearly was an indication for all other world markets to pick up, a cue for all the world markets to pick up that things look pretty good, stable in the American markets. And that's the result that you see, an upbeat mood across all Asian and European markets too that have opened just now. So clearly the market mood is upbeat, and I think cryptocurrency, the jump in cryptocurrency or the jump in digital assets by over 3% clearly was an indication that Trump during his campaigns has said that he's a firm believer in digital assets, and he firmly believes that cryptocurrency is the way ahead. So, those were two baits that one would look at purely in terms of a 3% jump that cryptocurrency hitting 75,000 mark. Clearly was indicative that, things are all ripe for a change in US presidential race. And Trump now clearly ahead is, I think, soothing the markets, and the markets are clearly now, playing along with the trend that the US markets have set, and cryptocurrency surely causing a lot of smiles to the people who are invested in it.
Yeah, so talking of Bitcoins, how are their prices likely to fare now?
Well, as I said in his election campaign, Trump had vouched for digital assets or cryptocurrency, and said that he's a firm believer in cryptocurrency and, dealing with it. And I think the mood was clearly upbeat when early trends came in, and Trump was actually leading in the swing states. And, it never dropped below the 3% surge that it showed very early in the morning. I think cryptocurrency continued to maintain that momentum. And I think this particular win, when it is consolidifies and, you get a clear picture with the news channels and all others giving you those numbers out, I think you would see cryptocurrency would rather, look for a close that's not a close, but rather consolidating somewhere between the 3 to 5% range across the day.
Thank you very much, Anil. Anil Thomas, tracking the global markets for us.